So in order to get out of the rain, I have traveled to the Studebaker National Museum. So this should be cool, and should be able to stay a lot drier here. So as you first come in the museum, you get a little history of the family, essentially being blacksmiths. And what's really cool about this is as they moved, and then even gives like a really cool family lineage as well, and showing how they started off repairing wagons. And look at that. Guess you had to get the bodies to the graveyard somehow. Studebaker wagon. This is kind of like a representation of what is blacksmith shop. Look at that. Building buggies. Looks like an assembly line. Never knew that. Look at that, a Studebaker sleigh, 1905. And I guess if it's cold and it's snowing, you still got to be able to get around, and tires, not so good. There you go. There you go, Miss Rachel. An Oliver plow. Studebaker grew into one of the nation's largest wagon manufacturers in the late 1800s. Wonder how many other car companies came from building wagons. And then there's their Studebakers. Look at that. Look at all the factories. So this is pretty interesting. This talks about when the first automobile was introduced and how when it came out, the board of directors weren't really against it. And one person, Frederick S. Fish, felt that the automobile was the way of the future. He ultimately won, and in 1902 they introduced their first car. But what's even interesting, in 1911, right here, Studebaker built its first electric vehicle. So you talk about how long that has been around, and how it pretty much just got squashed in the early 1900s, and all that technology, and now it's finally coming back around. Had to sell a lot of oil, but just pretty cool. A whole 12 to 16 horsepower 4-cylinder. Really cool though, all the history. And this whole museum is in South Bend, Indiana, if I didn't tell you that. Pretty crazy little cars. Look at that. Not even really like a steering wheel, just a little hand lever up on there. I mean, really almost motorcycle-like tires with that leaf spring. And there you go. Leaf spring suspension. And there you go, right-hand drive. A lot of really cool cars, that's for sure. Man, that is beautiful. Someone did a really nice job on that restoration. A lot of these just killer. 1929 President State. what was this? 1932 Rockin'. So now I wonder if that was named after the Notre Dame coach. Now that, yeah, this is a two-door coach. Two-door sedan, the coach model. Yeah, see? Really paying tribute to Notre Dame's coach.
J'aime bien aussi cette voiture. J'aime bien celle-là, celle-là, celle-là et l'autre. Bon, moi je trouve bien celle-là. Après les voitures.
The Speedway president. I wonder why so many of them were named after like a president when it wasn't really a 1916 Roadster. You got the bigger wheel and tire combo on that. Cool gas pump. Alright, let's see what else we can find here. So this tells a little bit about Albert Erskine running it, and we saw that one. It's because Coach Newt Rockne joined Studebaker and actually started traveling, and then in Indianapolis, they ran Indianapolis in 32 and 33. Look at those cars; those are awesome. Love to have something like that. Guarantee you those are expensive. We got the football team. A lot of really cool history in here. Wow, look at that. So we were just talking about that race car. There it is. That would be fun. Look at even that sway bar. That is cool. Dude, and this exhaust is insane. Look at that. Really not much has changed in sway bars in 100 years. Still leaf spring, the shackle in the rear. Which is crazy is 2 people sat in that thing. You really had to be a little person. 8 cylinders, straight 8. But very cool car. And as we come upstairs, even more cars. This is really cool. You get into some of the newer style cars. It's always interesting. Like you look at what the styles were. I mean, look at this grill. 19. It's a Scepter prototype. You can only imagine why this thing didn't really go into production. But some of the race cars. This thing is awesome. Look at this. 1933, number 34. Modified stock with a custom body. We love these. Look at that. How fun. Then you get into their trucks in 1940s. See, I really like the grill on that. I think that grill, the headlights. This is a cool looking truck. It's like very car looking, but still a truck. So many different cars in here. Studebaker's masterpiece, the 53 Starliner. So there it is. Very much like a Corvette. minus, you know, this has the back seat. I think that's a clean looking car though. It's nice. '55 President Speedster. Why not just a Speedster or something? I wonder what was their lure to keep calling everything President or Champion.
You really see the evolution when you start with that 53
1957 Golden Hawk. So it looks like a Ford Ranger 1961 Champ truck, but really like a mid-sized truck. Little bed, 2, maybe 3 passengers, but you can definitely tell a lot smaller than like the normal truck. See, again, they can't get away from that. Can't get away from calling their cars champions. So now we're into like the 50s. You can tell by this whole display, it's made to look like a drive-in diner. Very cool. You can see how so many cars were, to me, inspired by other cars. To me, this has a lot of the lines of like a Cadillac, you know, with subtle changes. But this was basically a prototype. It basically took it to shows. Kind of wild. You know, that's got some clean lines on it. In 1963, Studebaker closed its South Bend plant here in Indiana, and this 1964 Daytona was the last car to roll off of the plant before Studebaker moved its facility up to Canada. Pretty neat. Kept the last car, put it in a museum. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap up this tour with this. This is one of the Studebaker Commander, and a pretty cool thing that they did. Ran 25,000 miles in less than 23,000 minutes, which you know, is pretty impressive on an old car like that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Studebaker Museum here in South Bend, Indiana. I thought it was cool just trying to see what other fun stuff we can find. And as I thought I was gonna end this, but check this car out with this crazy trunk. It's almost like a little mini pickup bed. How wild is that? I didn't even see that before. So many cool things. Probably could walk through here a couple times and find something new, but I'd love to hear what you think about this little tour video. If you want to see more crazy stuff, this is just me and what I do, I guess, when I'm bored. This is my world. Thanks for being a part of it today. I'm Jeremy. I'll see you guys in the next video.